I also want to cover about the random seeds that we were talking about during the class. So when we regenerate, it always generates different random geometries, right? So in order to make sure that every time it generates the same result, we want to do something about the random. So in order to do that, we are going to declare a random system dot random. So before we were using unity random, but we are using system random, and then name it, say, my random, and declare it inside the class as a global variable. And instead of declaring that in start, we are going to forcefully use this unity function called awake. It's unity embedded function, and it's happening even before the start. So when you so it actually calculates, make sure that you forcefully make everything calculates before anything being calculated anyways. So here we are going to make a new system random dot random. Yeah, and if you leave the blank, this bracket blank, you will get the new result every time. But if you put a number there, for example 0 or any number, any integer, will forcefully make a random number always the same. So if you want to change the result, you can change this number to something else. And if you're happy with that result, and if you want to stick to that, you can just keep that number. If you change the number, your result will change. Okay, so inside awake, you can do that, and then now here we have to use my random instead of the unity random. So just to show you the difference, I'm going to just copy paste this line and comment this out and use my random instead of random range. So let me just delete everything here, and then my random is a system random, and it can use this next double as a command or as a function to pick and generate the next available number that is already inside this list. And it gives you a double, so from 0 to 1. It also has a function called next, but it gives you an integer, so you cannot use this one. So you need to use double, random double, and this returns you a number from 0 to 1. So in order for us to use a number from that can give us a randomness from -20 to 20, we have to do something. For example, we need to times 40 and minus 20. So in this way, we can forcefully make a random number from 0 to 1 to become -20 to 20. And this is a double. This is not a float, so this will error at the end. So make sure that you convert this to float. So just by having a bracket before a double, it will convert a double into a float. So we are going to copy this line, Control C, Control V, and the second line, what do we want? We need from 0 to 0.5, right? So times 0.5 F should work. And then the last one is still, so copy paste this one, times minus 40 minus 20. Control S, and this way every time your randomness will be the same. And just in order to test this, I want to constrain the maximum number of this generation. So I'm going to say if all prefabs count is smaller than 200, I will do the update. So just copy paste the entire thing here. You can always change this one as a global output. So let's do this. So I'm going to add public integer max count is now 200, but I think you might want more. But this, yeah. So if you want more, you can increase this one. Okay, so max count is set to 200 right now, and then now I'm going to save this, play. Alright, so I have 200 of them. I'm going to Control C while I'm pausing the game, close the game, Control V. And I also realized because it's snapping to a collider, and if all of my cubes have collider, it's going to generate on top of these boxes. So I cannot compare, right? So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to Shift H to isolate the view, select all of them and turn off my box collider. And just for visibility, I'm going to just select like one of the whatever random material there to make sure it looks different from what I generate. Okay, now Control H and back to the scene. So make sure now, also you need to turn this, my DLA off, so it doesn't play twice. Okay, so now this is a comparable, and let me generate to see if it exactly generates in the same position. Yeah, so the new one is generated exactly on the same location. So this way you can pause and set your camera, and then let them grow again while your animation of camera is playing. Okay.